Chess is more than a game. It's strategy, it's intelligence, it's friendship. Welcome to my world. Welcome to my channel. The game has just begun.
Hi chess friends, welcome to a game, a really nice game of Norway Chess 2022. This time we have Magnus Carlsen with white pieces and Teymur Rajabov with black pieces, and I'm here to show you, so we can begin. Here Carlsen plays white pieces and we have d4, knight f6 by Rajabov, c4 controlling the d5 square, and now e6 to support the push d5. We have knight f3 and d5 by Rajabov to attack the c pawn. Here g3, bishop e7, and now bishop g2. The two players prepares to do a castle. We have castle by black and castle by white. We have d capture for c4 and queen c2 to attack this pawn. b5 to defend this pawn, and now the best move is a4 to attack the weak pawn of Rajabov, the b5 pawn. Bishop b7, and now a capture for b5 and a6 to attack the white pawn on b5. Here we have b capture for a6, knight capture for a6, and now queen capture for c4. We reach this position at move 11, and here Carlsen has a pass pawn, b pawn. This pawn will be the protagonist of the game, and Carlsen has 6 pawns, Rajabov has 5 pawns. Okay, so it's still a draw position. Okay, but Carlsen could try to win this game because this pass pawn could be dangerous in the future. Okay. We have bishop d5 to attack white queen, and now queen c3. Carlsen come back. c5 and bishop f4. Carlsen continues to develop his pieces. Knight e4 to attack white queen. Really nice move of knight, and now we have queen c1. Carlsen come back and c capture for d4. In this way, Rajabov capture a pawn and open up the c file, and he will prepare in the future like rook c8. So knight for d4, and the knight come back, knight c5. Now we have attention by these two bishop. Okay, so here Carlsen decide to play bishop capture for d5, queen capture for d5, and now bishop e3 to defend this knight, because this knight is attacked by the black queen. Okay, we have queen b7, and now knight d2 by Carlsen. Rook c8 to attack the white queen on the c file, open c file, and now queen b1. Carlsen moves the queen by this c file and defends the b pawn. We have knight b4, and now knight f3. Queen b5 to attack the e pawn, and now rook e1 to defend the pawn. Rook d8. Now Rajabov's development is completely finished, and now king f1. The idea of king f1 is that defend the e pawn, and in this way in the future Carlsen will move the rook on d1 or maybe c1. Okay, because here the rook is little passive. We have h6 to have some square for the king, and now rook c1. In this way we have this fantastic setup, the two rook on a and c file, open c file, and the queen here to guard the pawn and to support the future pushing pawn. Okay, b pawn. We have bishop f8 by Rajabov, and now knight e4 by Carlsen to put pressure on the c5. So knight here is attacked by too many pieces, because the rook is putting pressure, this knight is putting pressure, and this bishop, so triple attack. But there is a triple defense, so here we have knight b3, a double attack for the rook, but here Carlsen resolved with rook capture for c5, c8. We have rook capture for c8, and now you have to move this rook. So we have before knight c3 to attack white queen, black queen, so Rajabov can capture the rook on a1. We have queen c7, Rajabov come back, and now rook a4. Carlsen saves the rook and puts the rook here to put pressure on the knight. The knight now is well defended, but it's a good move. Knight d5 to put pressure on this knight on c3, and knight capture for d5, and now queen capture for d5. And now we are in the moment of the game of move 28, where a lot of changement of pieces happened, and here Carlsen will try to push the pawn to win the game. We have king g2 to defend this knight, and now queen c6 by Rajabov. This knight here, black knight on b3, is a good piece because block completely some push of the b pawn. Okay, rook a7, really nice move by Carlsen, with the idea to put pressure on f7 pawn. Maybe in the future knight e5 to attack the pawn. Not now, obviously, because the queen pins this knight, but we have g5, the best move here in this position. But here queen d3. The idea is to attack the black knight, so here Rajabov has no time to push this pawn to capture this knight, because here could simply follows capture the knight and to open up the b pawn, and here you can capture. If you capture this pawn after e4, this knight after e4, e3, your white position is completely better. There is a b pawn, and it's not only one pawn less, but 2 pawns less, because becomes 5 against 3. Okay, so not a good move. So you have you can push g4 here. Queen d3 by Carlsen, and knight c5. Rajabov come back with the knight and attack white queen. We have queen c4, and now queen b6. In this way, Rajabov moves the queen by c file and attack white rook and b pawn. So a double attack. How can you resolve it if you want to try to find a move to which move defend the rook and the pawn? Rook a2? No, because yeah, you defend everything, but this move is too passive. Your rook here is so strong, so here you have to play, and Carlsen does it obviously. Queen a2 to defend this pawn and to defend his rook, his strong rook on a7. We have queen c6 to continue to pin this knight, and now b4. Really nice move by Carlsen to attack this knight, and here the position is so difficult. Here the best move, it's knight b7, but it's not easy move to find, and here you can't obviously play something like g4, because here we have simply capture, and after this capture it's always a good advantage for white, sorry, because after bishop capture here you have white has a complete advantage. And can you see this so strong development of his pieces? This 4 pawn is so good, and black king is completely undefended. Okay, here follow like queen d5, we have the change of the queen, and now you change everything and you gain another pawn, and your d pawn and f pawn are completely weak, so completely losing position. So after b4, here we have knight d7. Was better to play, I told you, knight b7, but it's not easy position. Here Rajabov was run of time, and Carlsen has more time. So on the clock, knight d7, And here, if you want to try to find this move, it's really nice because here Carlsen has a winning move. And consider the position, take your time, because here Carlsen plays B5. What a move. In this way, Carlsen used his so strong pass pawn, push, putting pressure on the queen on c6, and now you can capture the pawn. Seems a free pawn, but it's not, because after queen capture for b5, simply follow knight d4 with an attack on the black queen, and the problem is the knight d7 will be undefended, because queen can defend, can go here, can go here because there is a knight. So how can you defend? Can go here, you can defend the knight. You can play queen d5 check, but after queen for d5 you have to capture, so e4 d5 follows rook for d7, and now you lost a piece, so you can do nothing, so you can't capture this pawn. This is so interesting. So queen d6 by Rajabov, but this b pawn is too strong really, and now we have queen a6, really nice move by Carlsen. And in this position Rajabov resigned because he was in time trouble and so difficult position to play, losing position. Here you can do nothing. You could try to defend with the rook or rook d8, but there is a problem. Here Carlsen could play h3 and in the future push the b pawn. Okay, will be a super attack after the d4 to try to resist. There is no way, however, you can simply push, and the position is so bad for Carlsen, for Rajabov. Here you can see computer continue to suggest some move, but there is no way to stop this pawn. This is a position up. Can you see queen here is so strong, so put pressure on f7, so you can do nothing. After this knight capture check, you try to defend the pressure on f7, but you can simply play this, and after this change you have no way to stop the b pawn, and what a win by Carlsen. So I hope this video enjoy you. Like always, remember to subscribe to my channel, and thank you really much. So see you soon with another video, and thank you. Bye bye.